Success Insight shares the stories of the people with passion and drive who make things happen in the world. Here's your host, Howard Fox.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Success Insight podcast. Our guest today is Andree Martin. Andree is your leadership mindset and golf performance coach. Andree is an LPGA Class A life member and nationally recognized top 50 golf teacher and expert and a member of the Maine Golf Hall of Fame. Now, recognizing golf's value as a business tool in today's competitive marketplace, Andree works with individuals, groups, corporate or organizational clients to create educational and team-building programs that enhance the professional success of aspiring executives. Now, in the spirit of full disclosure, Andree is a good friend of mine, and we've known each other probably a little over a year now. Met her at a meeting at the San Diego Professional Coaches Alliance. So we've kind of started a friendship, a dialogue from afar, and probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, Andree was launching these videos, and I just started to see them. They were Facebook Live sessions, and she was inside of her home giving virtual golf lessons, as well as talking about leadership concepts, mindset. And I just thought, what a cool topic. And maybe there's a way to bring Andree on as a special guest to let's talk about leadership. Let's talk about mindset. Let's talk about golf. And again, in the spirit of disclosure, both Andree and myself, she's in beautiful Southern California, I'm in Chicago. We are both quarantined due to this virus that many of us, most of us are affected by. And while we are quarantined, we need to stay sharp. And some of those activities that she was working on with her listeners were doing just that, giving people some actions, some activities. And hey, at the end of the day, they're going to be improving their golf game. So how cool is that? So without further ado, Andree, welcome to the Success Insight podcast.
Thanks, Howard. It's great to be here. I appreciate the invitation. I'm really excited about talking about Mindset Monday with you. So much value that we can be offering everybody right now to keep our spirits up and to help everybody with a hobby and even other sports that they so enjoy, whether we can play it right now or not. We're going to make the most of it, aren't we?
I hope so. And I was really amazed that, you were literally using objects inside of your home to deliver this lesson. So, obviously you might not be able to do a full swing with a driver, but the fact that you were having your listeners who hopefully were on the other end of that Facebook Live interview, following the directions that you were giving them and activities that they can use to loosen up, stay sharp. And then the way you included those mindset exercises, I thought that was pretty cool. And I love this idea of Mindset Monday. And maybe this is something that we're going to be able to do over quite a few Mondays. I hope so. But I am curious, and for our listeners, how did this world of golf and the world of leadership, how did that come and coalesce for you?
Well, it occurred to me, as I've given thousands of golf lessons over the years, that what's going on in people's golf games is going on in their lives. What shows up in their golf is really what's going on everywhere. It's amazing how much of a metaphor for life it really is. And so my hope with this Mindset Monday is that we can build upon, add, and enhance with each of these episodes what I call pearls of wisdom that can be applicable to not only golf, but to their businesses and perhaps even their lives and everything that's going on right now, so that we can stay sharp, stay focused. And what I really want to do, and the theme that I've been building upon, this is supposed to be an Olympic summer, and I've always strived to go for the gold. I have Olympic friends. I work at a golf course that actually opened up in 1984 in time for the Olympic equestrian. It was actually staged on our golf course. And I thought, oh, what a great idea to have that analogy and pulling it all together, because the peak performers, your top athletes, whether they're professional athletes, Olympic athletes, top executives of companies, any entrepreneur that's at the top of their game, we're always striving to be our best. And I'll get a little pearl in each of these episodes, and each one will give us a chance to think about it and enhance, and hopefully it'll make your day.
Fantastic. Well, I first off have to share with my listeners, if I ever do get back out to California, I'm going to be taking some golf lessons with Andree, because I'm a very consistent golfer, consistently bad, but I know you're going to help me with that. But I think
Absolutely.
Even I can benefit from Mindset Monday and these pearls of wisdom, this gold. And heaven knows, now that I'm about ready to move from Chicago to Las Vegas, my space is nearly empty. I've got plenty of room to do these exercises, so I could start swinging a golf club. So let's get started. So what is this first lesson, this mindset lesson that we want to share with the listeners?
The first lesson is actually talking about how we're going to go for the gold. Do you want to go for the gold or settle for silver? I choose to go for the gold. How about you, the listener out there? I want to get everybody thinking about, okay, how are we settling? And are you really at the top of your game? Because right now we've got the time to be thinking about these things. And quite honestly, anything and everything that we do in life, in whatever we do, sports, life, business, is a choice. If you have the ability, and so I want to ask you this, I want to ask the audience this. This is going to be a participatory program. If you can see greatness in others, then you already have some of that greatness in you. What's it going to be? And what is your dream? Maybe there's a dream out there for your game, for what you're up for next, or even for what you're doing in a day-to-day basis right now, where you're recalibrating and reevaluating. How can you step it up? And what are you going to do to go for the gold? And anything is possible. And I get people saying, no, I suck. I can't do this. I'm just not good. Well, you can be as good at golf as you want to. There are social golfers. There are regular day-to-day golfers. I've got a lot of retirees that golf is now their life. Golf is their office. Golf is their business, or they make it that way. And so they're making it fun. But yet they're beating themselves up because they're not performing at the way they can. But I always am asking them, are you really working your game like you used to work your business? And so these pearls that we're going to do on Mondays are all around that. The key to greatness and peak performance really does lie within you. The difference between the pros and the amateurs is the level at which we play, the level at which we practice and organize our plan for success. Right, Howard?
Right.
I always choose to walk like a champion. And I'll do this exercise, whether it's my junior golfers or my adults. I'll have them walk like with their heads down, sulking, moaning, which many of us could be doing right now, especially if we're locked up, and we still have snow on the ground in the North, Midwest, Northeast, Northwest, boom, 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 boom. Well, that doesn't make me feel good. I got to tell you, I can't do it any longer than this. So how does a champion really walk? How does a champion carry themselves? You look at any sports event out there, you look at how they're standing, how they're posturing themselves, they're setting themselves up. I mean, it even makes me think about the Super Bowl this year, right? You had the 49ers there. Yeah, we got it. We got it in the bag. They started relaxing. They're up. And here come the Chiefs. And the Chiefs were down at the half, but then all of a sudden you saw some momentum building up. Well, I guarantee you they weren't on a pity pot. They weren't thinking bad. They were amping up. It's like, hey, yeah, we can do this, right? I look at any day on the PGA Tour, the LPGA Tour, coming down the stretch or getting ready over the course of the weekend. Who makes the cut is the one that is thinking about winning. They're not thinking about losing. Where is your mind going? You're going to walk like a champion. There's a story I like to tell that I've always admired. And it's the story of Wilma Rudolph, famous Olympian. They called her the fastest woman in the world. Well, she wasn't always the fastest woman in the world. She was one of 22 kids, believe it or not. And she couldn't walk. She had polio and scarlet fever as a child and was told by the doctors she'd never walk, let alone run. Okay. So that could be us crawled up in a hole in our rooms or our houses right now with this virus. And how are we going to be thinking? But Wilma said no. Wilma's mother got every one of the kids rubbing her legs every day. I remember there was a story where she actually took Wilma in a wheelbarrow to a doctor to try and get answers. And when the answers were no, they just kept rubbing her legs and you can do it, you can do it. Talk about the very powerful thought of positive belief and that you can do it. And she did it. I mean, she played basketball, and then in college, there was a coach that told her, hey, have you ever thought about running? And she she got bronze in the beginning, but no, she decided to go for the gold. And she didn't settle for any other medal. At the next Olympic Games, that second Olympic Games, she got gold. It could be any of us. How many stories, Howard, have you heard of someone that came out of nowhere and succeeded? I mean, I think about executive of Federal Express. He was told that was a crappy idea by his college professor. And I'm sure he's laughing him all the way to the bank. So maybe your idea, maybe your dream isn't such a crazy dream. Now, it's a big dream. So then we got to break it down. And so these Mindset Mondays going forward are going to do just that. We're going to add one more pearl each time to just keep building up and amping up that success. So who are you choosing to be? You're going to go for the gold? Or you're going to settle for silver? Let's do it, folks. Join me next week.
Fantastic. Yes. Join us next week. Andree, thank you for kicking us off. And as you were sharing the stories about yourself and the story of Wilma Rudolph, and what immediately came to mind was the Miracle on Ice hockey team in the Winter Olympics when they beat the Russians in the semifinals. I mean, talk about mindset, talking about personal power and belief in yourself and having a goal, one game at a time. One game at a time.
Absolutely. And, I want to close with one other thing that has kept me going throughout my career. And I heard this when I was probably in junior high or high school. I must have been playing field hockey or something. And one of my coaches says, I'm sure it was my field hockey coach because she was amazing. And it's interesting how we remember the coaches that really motivated us. Okay, winners never quit, quitters never win. So which one are you going to be? And remember, it's a choice. So let's go for the gold.
Definitely. Let's definitely go for the gold. Andree, it is a pleasure to kick this little adventure off with you. Mindset Monday and these pearls of gold. And I'm looking forward to seeing where we end up with this. So thank you so much for joining me today.
It's been a pleasure, Howard. Always fun chatting. And I'm so glad we can add value to the audience out there. And I hope everybody continues to join us.
Most definitely. So listen, before we do head out,
yes,
if our listeners would like to learn more about you and your work,
yes,
where are the best places for them to go?
You can go to my website, andreegolf.com, or you can go to my LinkedIn, my Facebook page. I'm beefing up my Instagram. All those methodologies are great ways to get hold of me. And I'm looking forward to keeping up the great fun and good work and keeping everybody pumped up and motivated to move forward. Let's make it our best year yet.
Yes, we will. Yes, it is. It will be the best year yet.
Yep.
We have our little trials today, but yes, it will be the best year yet. I will make sure we have all of those links in our show notes. So if our listeners would like to learn more about you and your work, they'll be able to go to Andree Golf, your LinkedIn profile, your company page on LinkedIn, as well as your Facebook and Instagram. Andree, it's been a pleasure and looking forward to having you again next week.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Okay, folks, we have just been chatting with Andree Golf, your leadership, mindset, and golf performance coach. I hope you enjoy these pearls of wisdom. How are you going to go for the gold? What choices are you going to make? Are you thinking about overcoming, the situation we're in right now? We're quarantined right now. Okay. We're not supposed to be going out of the house. This doesn't mean our lives are in a stall. This is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones. If you have family, even your four-legged family, you have that opportunity. Make it a choice. Not only how can you take care of yourself, but also to ask others, what do you need from me as well? Because even in the times that we are in, we have a choice how we show up. Some people may need some help. And so hopefully you're going to be there as well. So Hey, I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. We're going to be back with Andree next Monday for another edition of Mindset Monday. You can visit us and listen to the episode on the successinsightpodcast.com webpage. We're also going to be on their Facebook page, LinkedIn, Twitter, all of the podcast platforms, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. And above all, remember, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, make that positive choice. Stay healthy and make it a fantastic day. And we'll see you on another episode of the Success Insight Podcast. Take care now.
Success Insight is a production of Fox Coaching and First Story Strategies. Find us online, successinsightpodcast.com.